The warehouse was filled with smoke and the sound of Jungkook's men surrounded Daniel, who was kneeling on the cold concrete floor. Blood dripped from Daniel's nose and his hands were tied behind his back. Jungkook walked towards him slowly, his black suit torn at the shoulder, anger burning in his dark eyes. He grabbed Daniel by his collar and pulled him up roughly. "You tried to burn my business place?" Jungkook shouted, his voice echoing in the empty warehouse. That place was secret. Nobody knew about it. Daniel coughed and smiled through his broken teeth. It made Jungkook even more angry. "Who told you about that place?" Jungkook shook him hard. "Answer me. Only two people knew about it. Me and my wife. So who told you?" Daniel started laughing. It was a cruel laugh that made Jungkook's blood boil. "Your wife?" Daniel said, still laughing. "You still don't know who she really is?" Jungkook froze. His grip on Daniel's collar loosened slightly. "What are you talking about?" "Your precious wife Vine," Daniel said with a smirk. "Do you know whose sister she is?" Jungkook's heart started beating faster. Something felt very wrong. "Who?" Jungkook demanded, his voice shaking with anger and fear. "She's the sister of Juhi, your ex-girlfriend, the woman whom you hate the most in this world," Daniel said, enjoying every word. Jungkook immediately let go of Daniel's collar. He stepped back like he had been hit by lightning. His mind went blank. He couldn't breathe properly. "No," Jungkook whispered, "you're lying." "Am I?" Daniel laughed again. "Why would I lie when I'm already caught?" "Shut up." Jungkook punched Daniel hard in the face. "Tell me the truth. Stop playing games." Daniel on the floor. Then he pulled out his phone from his pocket with his tired hands. He showed Jungkook some pictures. Jungkook's hand shook as he took the phone. "The pictures showed you were standing next to Juhi. You were smiling together. There were many pictures from different times, birthday parties, family dinners. You and Juhi looked happy together like sisters." Jungkook's world crashed down. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The women he loved, the women he married, the women he trusted with his life. She had lied to him. "She deceived you, Jungkook," Daniel said. "She came into your life to destroy you, just like her father wanted." Jungkook threw the phone on the ground. He turned to his right-hand man, John. "Take care of him," Jungkook said in a cold voice. Then he walked out of the warehouse. His mind was full of anger, pain, and betrayal. He got into his car and drove home fast, very fast. At the mansion, you were in the bedroom. Your heart was beating with excitement and nervousness. Today was the day. Today you would tell Jungkook the most beautiful news of your life. You had decorated the entire bedroom. Small candles were placed everywhere. Baby toys were arranged on the bed. Teeny baby clothes hung on a string across the room. There were balloons that said "soon to be parents" floating near the ceiling. A pregnancy test with 2 pink lines was placed in a beautiful box on the nightstand. You had worked all day to make everything perfect. Your hand went to your stomach automatically. A small smile appeared on your face. "Our baby," you whispered. "Your daddy will be so happy." You heard a car outside. Your heart jumped with excitement. Jungkook was home. You quickly turned off all the lights and held a candle in your hand. You wanted to light it when he entered the room. Downstairs, Jungkook entered the mansion. His face was dark with anger. The maids saw him and became scared. They had never seen him look so angry before. "Where is Wine?" Jungkook asked in a cold voice. "She is in the bedroom, sir," one maid answered quietly. Jungkook didn't say anything. He walked straight to the stairs and went up to the bedroom. You heard his footsteps, your heart was beating so fast. You quickly lit the candle in your hand. The small light made your face glow with happiness. The door opened. Jungkook stood there, but when you saw his face, your smile disappeared. Something was very wrong. Jungkook, you said softly, "Are you okay?" "How could you cheat me, Wine?" Jungkook said. His voice was full of pain and anger. You felt confused. "Cheat? What are you talking about? Don't lie to me," Jungkook shouted. "I know everything. I know you're the sister of that devil Juhi." The candle in your hand shook. You felt like someone had poured ice water over you. Your worst fear had come true. He knew, but not the way you wanted him to know. "Jungkook, please listen," you started, but he cut you off. "Listen? Listen to more lies?" Jungkook laughed bitterly. "You lied to me in the name of love. You married to me to know my secrets. You told everything to your father. Your father, who has been my family's biggest enemy for years." Tears formed in your eyes. "No, Jungkook, it's not like that." "Then what is it like?" Jungkook's voice became louder. "You married me to destroy me completely. Do you want my life? Did your father send you to?" Your eyes widened in shock. Tears started falling down your cheeks. "Jungkook, please, I can explain everything." "No," Jungkook shouted. "I don't want to hear anything. Just leave. Leave me in my house right now. If possible, forever. I don't want you in my life." You looked at him helplessly. Your legs felt weak. You felt like you would fall down. The candle dropped from your hand onto the nightstand. The small flame kept burning, but your heart felt like it was dying. You didn't know what to say. How could you explain when he wouldn't listen? You looked at all the decorations you had made, the baby clothes, the toys, the balloons, everything you had prepared with so much love and hope. You walked towards the door slowly. Your legs were shaking. You felt weak. Jungkook's heart was breaking too, but he was too angry to think clearly. The women he loved most in the world had cheated on him, or so he thought. He couldn't take it. You wanted to fight back. You wanted to tell him the truth, but you didn't know how to start. How could you explain 5 years of your life in a few words? You walked out of the bedroom, down the stairs, through the hall, past the maids who looked at you with sad eyes, out of the mansion. But you didn't go far. You stood outside the main door of the mansion. The night was cold. You hugged yourself, shivering. But you didn't want to leave. This was your home. Jungkook was your home. You hoped he would give you a chance to explain, just one chance. So you stood there, waiting, hoping, praying. 2 hours passed. You were still standing outside. Your body was shaking from the cold. Your thin dress was not enough to protect you from the night wind. But you didn't care. You just wanted a chance to explain. Inside the mansion, Jungkook was sitting on the floor of the bedroom. His head was in his hands. He was trying to control his anger, trying to understand everything. Then he looked up. The candles were still burning, and then he saw everything clearly for the first time. Baby toys on the bed, small baby clothes hanging on the strings, balloons saying soon to be parents, and then his eyes fell on the nightstand. There was a small box. He stood up and walked towards it with slow steps. His hands were shaking as he opened it. A pregnancy test, 2 pink lines, clear and bright. Jungkook's heart stopped. He picked up the test with trembling hands. He looked around the room again. Baby sheets, baby toys, everything suddenly made sense. "No," he whispered. "Vine was pregnant. She wanted to tell me that she was pregnant." He remembered your face when he shouted at you. She was trying to say something. You wanted to explain something, but he didn't let you speak. "What have I done?" Jungkook said to himself. He immediately ran out of the bedroom, down the stairs, through the hall. He opened the main door of the mansion, and there you were, standing in the cold weather, shivering, hugging yourself. Your face was wet with tears. You looked so small and broken. Jungkook ran to you. He stopped in front of you, holding the pregnancy test in his hand. "One," he said, his voice breaking. "This is true?" You looked at the pregnancy test in his hand. Then you looked at his face. You nodded slowly. More tears fell from your eyes. "Yes," you whispered, "I'm pregnant." Jungkook immediately pulled you into a tight hug. You could feel his body shaking. He held you so close, like he was afraid you would disappear. "Wine, please," Jungkook said, his voice full of pain. "Say it's a lie. You're not the sister of Juhi, right? Please tell me Daniel was lying." You broke the hug gently. You looked into his eyes. You knew you had to tell him the truth, the complete truth. "I'm sorry, Jungkook," you said, your voice soft but clear. "I cannot change the truth. I'm the sister of Juhi." Jungkook closed his eyes and clenched his fists. He took a step back. "But," you continued quickly, "I'm not like her. I'm nothing like her." Jungkook opened his eyes and looked at you. "I'm not here for your secrets. I'm not here to destroy your life," you said, your voice becoming stronger. "I'm here for your love. Only for your love." "Then why did you lie?" Jungkook asked. "Why didn't you tell me the truth from the beginning?" You took a deep breath. "Let me tell you everything, the complete truth. 5 years ago, I was in London," you began. "I was crossing the street when a car came towards me very fast. I was going to die, but someone pushed me away and saved my life. The person was you, Jungkook," you said, looking into his eyes. "You didn't even see my face properly. You just saved me and left, but I saw you. I saw your face, and in that moment I decided something." Jungkook listened quietly. You smiled slightly, remembering that day. "I decided that I wanted to share my life with the man who became the reason for my second life. I fell in love with you instantly. I didn't even know your name, but I fell in love with you." Jungkook's eyes widened slightly. "I tried to find you for months," you continued. "Finally I found out you were from Seoul. So 3 years ago I came to Seoul. I wanted to tell my father about you. I wanted to tell him that I loved someone and wanted to marry you." You paused, tears flowing freely now. "But when I came to Seoul to my house one day, I saw you. You were in the living room wanting Juhi to leave your life. You were so angry. You told her that she betrayed you, that she used you to get information for our father. She even became the reason for your best friend's death." Jungkook remembered that day clearly. It was one of the worst days of his life. "You didn't see me," you said. "I was upstairs in my bedroom, but I saw you. I heard everything. I got to know what Juhi did. I was so ashamed of my family, ashamed of my sister." "Wine," Jungkook whispered. "That day I cut all my ties with my family," you said firmly. "I told my father I didn't want anything to do with him or his business. I told Juhi she was wrong, and I left that house forever." You looked at Jungkook with determination in your eyes. "Then I found out where you worked. I joined as a secretary in a company near yours. I worked hard. I wanted to meet you properly, not as a sister of Juhi, but as Wine, just Wine." Jungkook was listening to every word carefully now. "And you know what happened after that?" you said with a small smile. "We met at a business meeting. You smiled at me. We started talking. We became friends. Then we fell in love. Real love, Jungkook, and we got married." "It all really happened, Jungkook," you said, your voice breaking. "My love for you is real. This baby inside me is real. Everything between us is real." You put your hand on your stomach. "I wanted to tell you about my family," you continued. "Many times I tried, but I was scared that you would hate me, scared that you would think I was like Juhi, scared that you would leave me." Tears were now falling from Jungkook's eyes too. I never told anyone about your secrets. I never met my father after leaving his house. I never contacted Juhi. I chose you over my family, Jungkook, because you are my real family now. Jungkook couldn't hold back anymore. He pulled you into a tight hug. He was crying now. I'm so sorry, Vine, Jungkook said, his voice full of pain. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. I should have trusted you. I should have given you a chance to explain. You hugged him back tightly. I'm sorry too. I should have told you the truth long ago. No, Jungkook said, pulling back to look at your face. He cubed your face in his hands gently. You had your reasons, I understand now, and I'm so sorry for shouting at you, for telling you to leave. I was so angry and hurt that I didn't think clearly. It's okay, you said softly. No, it's not okay, Jungkook said. He looked at your stomach. I shouted at you when you were carrying our baby. I told you to leave when you were trying to give me the happiest news of our lives. How can that be okay? He kneeled down in front of you. He put his hands on your stomach gently. I'm sorry, little one, Jungkook said to your stomach. Your daddy was very stupid today, but I promise I will never make your mother cry again. You smiled through tears. You ran your fingers through Jungkook's hair. We are going to be parents, you whispered. Jungkook stood up and kissed your forehead gently. Yes, we are, and I'm going to take care of both of you forever. He picked you up in his arms. You gasped in surprise. Jungkook, what are you doing? You're cold and tired. I'm talking you inside, Jungkook said. He carried you into the mansion and up to the bedroom. He laid you gently on the bed and covered you with a warm blanket. Then he sat beside you, holding your hand. I love you, Wine, Jungkook said, kissing your forehead. I love you too, you said, smiling. Then he put you to sleep and went to the warehouse as he got a call from John. Did you find out how Daniel knew about the warehouse? Yes, boss, Jungkook said seriously. We questioned all the guards. We found something shocking. What is it? Jungkook asked. One of our new guards, Kim Ming-yu, he was actually working for Daniel. John explained. He joined our security team 2 months ago. He was the one who told Daniel about the warehouse location. He heard when you were talking to Ryan, ma'am. Bring him to the basement, Jungkook ordered. Punish him. Make sure everyone knows what happens when someone betrays me, and make sure he never works for anyone again. Yes, boss, he said. What about Daniel? Daniel will pay for what he did, Jungkook said darkly. He tried to burn my business. He tried to destroy my marriage. He tried to separate me from my wife and unborn child. He will regret the day he decided to. By morning, Jungkook came back and slept beside you. He felt peace to see you sleeping peacefully, and he promised himself while touching your stomach, I will take care of you and Mama forever. Thank you for watching.